Always start a dyno session on a race truck with a boost check, and obviously it's a very simple system. You can look at it, it shouldn't have a boost leak, but we found that the map sensor had actually blown the internals out and had a big boost leak on the back side of the map sensor. So we're going to start by changing the map sensor, and we'll have no boost leaks to start our dyno session. Here you can see how this inside fitting blew out. It had a big boost leak all the way around here. This thing was blown out. So even something as simple as a factory map sensor can be a boost leak. Okay, today we have Ethan Patterson's race truck on the dyno today, or maybe it's Jackson's. Is it yours or is it your dad's?
My dad's, but it might be mine.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to have Ethan tell you a little bit about his truck, what the setup is on it, and what we're trying to accomplish today on the dyno.
Right now we have a single S400 from John Gilbert at Stainless Diesel, their new 485 turbo. It is a deck plate, dry block 6.7. It has D&J rods and billet pistons in it, fleece freedom head on it, backed by our transmission. We're trying to accomplish a ghost issue that I can't seem to find on my own. And Vaughn says, let's put it on my dyno and figure it out. Yeah, I said, we're coming.
So pretty much last time you were out, it made one good pass, and the second pass it fell on its face.
Yep. About the 330, it just fell, it just nosed over. We lost 23 mile an hour, and it just...
Some of that stuff is really hard to dial in when you're at the racetrack because you're not sure what's happening. So it's a good time to strap it to the dyno. It's a controlled environment. You can look at all the data. You're not worried about making the next round. It's the best way to dial in a race truck. So we've got some Nitrous stuff we're going to play with, try to get staging a little bit better. Just trying to work out all the bugs so when he unloads it off the trailer, he's ready to go racing. Okay, we finished our fuel-only runs. We got everything dialed in. Fuel pressure is regulating good. In the process, we have swapped it from a 5.9 to a 6.7 rail pressure sensor. That got us rail pressure reading up to 29,000 because it was maxing out the 5.9 rail pressure sensor on some surging before we got all that stuff ironed out. So we got the rail controlling good. We got all the boost leaks fixed. It did 1,197 horsepower at 1,000 microseconds. We turned it up and did 1,310 horsepower at 1,400 microseconds. And we went up to 1,500 microseconds at lost power. This is a big turbine wheel, 85 millimeter with like a 96 wheel, 132, is it 132 housing? 132 housing. So it's only making 60 pounds of boost. It's really set up for nitrous, so we're going to turn the nitrous on and see what power it makes with some nitrous. We're going to go back to tune 1, which is like 1,200 horsepower on fuel, and add like a 78 jet to start off with, and see try to get our wastegate styled in, because pretty much he wants to get it to where he can smack the big hit of nitrous and make sure the wastegates are going to open and not overspeed the turbo and end up in a fireball. So stay tuned, nitrous runs. Okay, so tune 1, we ended up adding the second 136 jet, and we did 1,590 horsepower. So each kit is adding about 130 horsepower. We are going to pull it off the dyno. I got to dyno another customer's truck, and then I'll put it back on the dyno, and we'll finish this here in a little bit. Jackson here, he wants to do the outro, so I need him to tell you guys how much horsepower we end up making today and anything else cool that you got to do at Firepunk.
So we got super close to 1900 horsepower, which was 1859, I'm pretty sure.
1895.
Yeah.
Close.
1895.
Yep. 5 horsepower close to 1900 horsepower. And that was 1300 microseconds
Yep.
and 3 kits of nitrous. So,
Yep.
did you get to do anything else fun, Jackson?
Yeah, I got to ride the four-wheeler. I put both of the brakes on and held on the gas, and then let go of the brakes and it went. And then I did burnouts and started drifting and
Did you tear up my meadow?
kind of.
You gonna fix it? It's muddy out there.
Well,
They had, him and my kids were out there in the four-wheeler. It's raining today, and they got the four-wheeler completely covered in mud. So I think they had a good time. But overall, we're really happy with how today went. We've got staging limiter working good. Ethan's got a bunch of notes on what fuel quantity makes what horsepower, what nitrous makes what horsepower. He knows that bottle pressure can make a big difference. We made a 50 horsepower or 40 horsepower gain just changing bottle pressure by 50 psi.
Yep.
And there's a lot of little things that play a part in making a race truck successful. So overall, it's been a long day, but it's been a successful one.
For sure.
Worked through a lot of little gremlins, so we're excited to get Ethan out there and do some more no prep racing, and hopefully he can be successful.
That's what we're going for.
Yes, sir. So we're flashing it one more time, getting a couple different staging limiters, like 50 RPM increments, so that he's going to come out of here with 4 or 5 tune-ups that he can flash in and change the staging RPM based on his needs or the track that he's on, and then I can get him off the dyno and send him on his way.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. He also made it to the number 3 spot. So that's going to take Luke off of number 10. So now to get the number 10 spot, you need to make over 12:03.
I'm going to talk to Ziegler. I beat him in torque.
I know what he's going to say.
The UCC champ.
You know what Ziegler's going to say?
What?
Grab a lane.